ZTE is rebranding its smartphones into two categories, the Blade Budget series, and the flagship Axon series. It's easier for regular people to understand, but what about the ZMax brand? Last year's $100 ZMax Pro was our favorite budget phone. Jeff Yee, Vice President of Technology Planning and Partnerships at ZTE, told Digital Trends that 3 million people bought it on MetroPCS and T-Mobile, and it's why the company is hesitant to rid the ZMax brand. The result? The ZMax Pro's successor is called the ZTE Blade Z Max. The ZMax Pro was so popular, ZTE altered its design and put it on other wireless carriers under new names, such as the Max XL. This new Blade Z Max is successor to the original ZMax Pro and is available to T-Mobile/MetroPCS customers first. There's now a grippy, rubber-like textured material covering the rear, as opposed to a soft touchback. Like the 2016 phone, the ZTE logo sits in the center with a circular fingerprint sensor above, but the camera and flash are now on the top left side instead of in the center. There's a dual camera setup, which ZTE first introduced earlier this year on the Blade V8. The SIM card slot still remains on the left side, and the volume rocker sits above the power button on the right. The front of the phone looks almost exactly the same, with the speaker grille now an oval cutout, rather than 3 separate holes. This is a phone that requires 2 hands. The headphone jack is now on the bottom, next to the same USB Type-C charging port. Also on the bottom front of the phone are 3 capacitive buttons for navigating the Android user interface. The design change makes sense. A 6-inch smartphone is tough to handle, so a grippy back should help. It certainly is less slippery, but it still is difficult to reach the other edge of the phone with your thumb. Even for people with large hands like myself, this is a phone that requires 2 hands. The 6-inch display itself offers a 1920 x 1,080 pixel resolution. It is a sharp screen, its colors look fairly accurate, and it can get bright enough to see outdoors. Decent performance and a standard interface. The Blade Z Max sadly doesn't use a Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 series processor, but instead opts for the Snapdragon 435 system-on-a-chip. While the Snapdragon 435 is newer and offers better connectivity, the Snapdragon 617, which is on the Z Max Pro, offers slightly better performance. The Snapdragon 435 is paired with 2 GB RAM, as well as 32 GB of internal storage. There's a micro SD card slot, so you can expand your storage up to 128 GB. In our brief usage with the Blade Z Max,